Good morning, Kapil. Good morning. Kapil, are you there?
Yes, sir. Good morning, sir.
Good morning. I'm waiting for 2 minutes, okay, for rest of the students. Then we will start the session.
Okay, sir.
Okay. So now I think I am audible to all of you, and I think now the whiteboard is visible. Whiteboard is visible.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So, in the last class, we have discussed about the refraction of light, and total internal, uh, yeah, refractive index and total internal reflection. Okay. So today, first we will cover that is the acceptance angle and the numerical aperture. Okay, and after that, we will solve some mathematical problem. Okay, so first we will discuss today that is the acceptance angle. Okay, so what is acceptance angle? So here, okay, so for discussing about the acceptance angle, just give me few minutes to draw the diagram. Okay. this is light denoted as B, and here uh, okay. Okay. This is acceptance only, and this is conical half angle. This is phi A, and this is A, and this is B, and this is phi C. Okay. This part is code, and this part is cladding, and here um, this is eventually lost by radiation. Okay, and this is a reference line. Here, and this figure is for the uh, acceptance I C, sorry, phi A, when launching light to fiber. Okay, so this is for the accent triangle. I draw a figure here for you to understand the concept about the acceptance angle. Normally, here the and this is the geometry concerned with launching a light ray into an optical fiber is shown here, which illustrated that a diagonal ray, that is a, this is a ray, light ray, okay, at the critical angle, that is IC within the fiber, okay, at this core and cladding interface. So this is, you can say, this is the core part and this is the cladding part. So this is the core cladding interface. And one thing from this figure, it may be observed here that the ray enters the fiber core at the angle, that is the phi A. So in this, when the light or ray entering this core cladding interface, there is an angle that is called the phi A to the fiber axis, and is refracted at the AR core interface before transmission to the core cladding interface at the critical angle. So this is the air medium and this is the core cladding interface. Okay. Now, any ray, any type of ray which are incidents into the fiber core at angle greater than this phi a will be transmitted to the core and cladding interface at an angle less than IC, and in that case, it will not be totally internally reflected. You can see here it is eventually lost by radiation. Okay, so in this figure, it is also reflected. So where the incident ray here, you can see this is one incident ray that is the it is denoted as B here at an angle that is greater than phi a is refracted into the uh, cladding and it is eventually lost by radiation. Okay, so hence here here the phi a, this is the phi a is the maximum angle to this axis at which the light may enter the fiber in order to be propagated or travel, and is referred to as the acceptance angle for this fiber. Okay, so this is the main concept of acceptance angle. Okay, Vinita Singh, are you there?
Yes, sir.
This is your first class.
Not, sir.
How many class you already done for this optical fiber communication?
Sir, I think I missed only one class.
Only one class. So I have taken till now 4 to 5 class. So you are
I
saying
missed I missed only one class.
one class. You told that you just missed only one class. Okay, okay, I will check. Okay, so this is the concept of acceptance angle. So is there any doubt you can ask? Otherwise, I will proceed for the next topic, that is the numerical aperture. Please unmute. Sorry, mute yourself. I am getting noise. Kapil. Okay. Okay. So next is the numerical aperture. So what is numerical aperture? Numerical aperture is of a numerical aperture of a fiber is a figure of merit which represents its light gathering capacity or capability. Okay, so for the normal case or for the normal, uh, you can say that the larger numerical aperture. So if any optical fiber has larger numerical aperture, so it has the greater amount of light accepted by the fiber. Okay, so if any optical fiber has larger numerical aperture, so with the help of aperture or with the dimension of aperture, it has the greater amount of light accepted by the fiber. So here again, Hmm. In between, I am asking you all the participants to write your name in the chat box for attendance. This is core axis. Write your name in the chat box. This is core N1, and again this is core N1, and this is cladding N2. This is the point B. Okay, and here this is the ray path for a medium ray into fiber where phi 1 greater than phi a. So here you can see that a light ray, that is the incident ray on the fiber core at angle phi 1. This is phi 1 to the fiber axis, which is less than the acceptance angle for the fiber, that is phi a, and this ray enters the fiber from a medium. Here it is the medium is air medium. Okay, so and it is the refractive index, here it is n naught. So and the fiber core has the refractive index, that is the n1, and the cladding has the refractive index, that is n2, and uh, the refractive index of core is slightly greater than the refractive index of cladding. So from here the n not greater than, sorry, n1 greater than n2, Okay, and here assuming that the entrance face of the fiber core to normal and to the axis, so the considering the refraction at the core and air interface and using the Snell's law. I think you already know the Snell's law. So from the Snell's law, we can write from this entrance face at the fiber core to normal to the axis, that is n naught sine theta 1 equals to n1 sine theta 2. This is the equation number 1. Okay, and here you can see this is a right angle triangle. This is a right angle triangle. This is A, B, and C. So this is a right angle triangle. So from this figure, phi equals to phi equals to pi by 2 minus theta 2. This is the equation number 2. Okay. So where phi is the greater than this critical angle at the core cladding interface. So if phi equals to pi by 2 minus theta 2, so here we are just arranging this equation number 2. So that is 2 minus theta by 2 equals to pi minus, sorry, 5 minus pi 2. So theta by 2 equals to pi by 2 minus 5. So from this, n naught sine theta 1 equals to n1 sine pi by 2 minus 5. So here n naught sine, n naught sine theta 1 equals to n1 cos pi. Okay. So again in trigonometric we have a relation. What is the relation? That is the sine square phi plus cos square phi equals to 1. So if we apply this in equation number here, equation number 2 now, so in that case, n naught sine theta, phi 1 equals to n1 1 minus sine square phi to the power half. Okay. Erasing the right hand part. Just give me a few seconds to erase. So next, cos phi. This is equation number 3, and this is equation number 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay. So here, when for the limiting cases of total internal repression is considered, in that case, phi becomes here phi. So phi becomes equals to the phi c for pore cladding interface, and also in that limiting case, phi 1 becomes the acceptance angle for the fiber phi a. Okay, so if we combine the limiting cases into equation number 4, in that case, suppose 1 minus sin square phi to the power half. So from this here, and 1 minus into to the square plus n1 square to the power half, and here n1 square minus n2 square divided by n1 square minus n2 square up. So from this, the equation number 5, that is the n naught sine pi a, sorry, theta a equals to n1 square minus n2 square to the power half. This is equation number 5. Okay. Next is that now, so here for the case of numerical apertures, now it is defined that Na equals to n naught sine theta a equals to n1 square minus n2 square to the power 1. Okay. So here the n1 is often used with the fiber in here. So where the n0 is 1, and it is simply equal to the sine theta a. And one thing you should note that the incident rays over the range, that is 0, 0 less than equals to theta 1 less than equals to theta a, will be propagates within the fiber, and the numerical aperture also given in terms of the relative relative refraction index difference, that is the del between the core and cladding. So where del equals to n1 square minus n2 square divided by 2n square. That is the equation number 7. So here from this, n1 minus n2 by n1 for del less than 1. So if we square in both sides, in that case, n square equals to n1 square minus n2 square. Okay, this is equation number 8, and this is equation number 9. So if we combine the equation number 7, that is del equals to n1 square minus n2 square by 2n square, and the equation number 9, that is the n square equals to capital N square equals to n1 square minus n2 square. So in that case, we will get, that is the Yes. That is na square equal to 2 n1 square del. So from this, na equals to root n1 square del, and you can write here n1 equals to under root 2 del. Okay, so this is a formula. Actually, in your exam you will get suppose they will ask you what is the numerical aperture in any question. So for to calculate the numerical aperture, mainly these two formula, that is n equals to n1 under root 2 del, and this formula you should remember. I have just explained how the numerical aperture formula is coming here. Okay. So, but it is, I think it is not required for your semester examination. Your semester examination only, you just remember the formula of numerical aperture to solve your mathematical problem. Okay. So here, now I am giving you one for question to solve. Uh, just I am writing here the question. Okay. So the question is, light traveling in air strikes a glass plate at an angle uh, phi 1 equals to 33 degree, where phi 1 is measured between the incoming ray and glass surface. So upon striking the glass part of the beam is reflected and part is refracted. If the refracted and reflected beams makes an angle of 90 degree with each other. What is the refract index of the glass and what is the critical angle of the glass. The glass. This is the question. Question is, the light traveling in air strikes a glass plate at an angle phi 1 equals to 33 degrees, where phi 1 is the measure between the incoming ray and the glass surface. Upon striking the glass, part of the beam is reflected and part is refracted. Sorry. If the refracted and the reflected beams makes an angle of 90 degrees with each other, so what is the refractive index of the glass and what is the critical angle of the glass? Try to solve this problem. Are you doing or not? No response. What the things are already given in the question? Are you getting that point?
Yes, sir. Angle and yeah, medium of glass.
So here it is given that is the phi 1 equals to 33 degree. So it is given here phi 1. You wrote this question. Sorry, you wrote this question in your copy. I think when I started to solve this problem in that time, I am using the question, or you just take a snapshot. Okay. So here phi 1 is given, that is the 33 degree, and phi 2 also given, that is 90 degree. And one thing you already know, that refractive index of air, it is 1. So according to the Snell's law, N1 sine phi 1 equals to N2 sine phi 2. Okay, and N1 is the refractive index for glass and N2 is the refractive index for the air. So we want the refractive index for glass. So here N1 equals to N2 sine phi 2 by sine phi 1. So into here it is 1 and sine phi 2. Sine phi 2 means sine 90 degree. And sine phi 1 means sine 33 degree. Sine 90, what is the value of sine 90? What is the value of sine 90?
Sir, 1.
Yes.
1.
Yeah. So with the help of calculator, you will get the value of N1 here, that is 1.836. This is the reflective index of the glass. Okay, now the next question, that is the critical angle. So for the case of here, the phi 2 is 90 degree and phi 1 phi 1 equals to phi c. So we need phi 1 value. So here again we have a formula, that is sine phi c equals to n2 by n1 sine 90 degree. So n2 value is 1 by 1.83.